Molly, where are you? I didn't know you had plans today.
Huh? Hugo, are you home already? Why are you so early today?
Luckily, work ended early today. It's been a while since I was able to come home before dark.
Sorry, honey. I thought you would be home late, so I just went out to get some groceries. I should have checked with you beforehand. I'll be on my way home soon. I'll hurry so you don't have to wait.
Don't worry. There's no need to rush. Be careful on your way home. I don't want you to get in an accident or anything.
Thanks, you're so kind.
Are you sure you can come home on your own? I can pick you up at the supermarket. The usual one that's a block away, right? I don't want you to carry around heavy groceries. I can be a help if I go pick you up. You should depend on me more when you go shopping.
No, it's okay. I can manage myself. You're tired from a day of work. If you're willing to help me, how about you help me prepare for dinner tonight? That would be a great help. Can you prepare the vegetables for the salad? It would also be nice if you could make some soup. The flavor's up to you.
Sure thing. I'll do it. But is that it? How about the main dish? Are you going to buy some ready-made meals at the supermarket?
Yeah, that's the plan. I thought you might be hungry. I don't want to keep you waiting for the food while I cook.
Yeah, but I don't really mind waiting, to be honest. I think we've been eating a lot of ready-made meals recently. We've been depending on food deliveries more than usual, too.
Oh, I didn't know you felt that way.
I didn't want to press you or anything. The trash is full of plastic containers, so I assumed you've been depending on deliveries too when I'm out at work. When I washed the dishes, I realized there weren't any used pots for me to wash for the past few days. I guessed you were serving ready-made meals to me more often.
I'm sorry. It's true that I haven't been cooking recently. I'm feeling a bit tired and stressed. I think I might have caught a cold.
You're not feeling well? Are you okay? I don't mind eating ready-made meals if you're sick. Your health is the first priority. But depending on food deliveries, too much can be quite costly. And you prefer eating organic meals, so it's a bit expensive. With the delivery fees, the prices are pretty high in my opinion. To be honest, I don't think we've been managing to save money for the past few months. Hopefully, we can start saving more when you feel better. No pressure though.
You know, Hugo, you're starting to sound like an annoying mother-in-law. You sound like you're being sarcastic. Not the best thing to hear when I'm feeling sick.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound like that. I wanted to make you laugh.
Well, I guess you think I'm not doing housework properly. Okay, fair enough.
It's not like I think that way. I know you're trying. But it's that I thought you might not be trying hard enough, compared to when we just got married. I'm trying hard to bring home money, so I also want the same amount of dedication from you.
I told you I'm sick. I'm trying my best. What can I do?
I know, so I'm not pressuring you or anything. I don't blame you.
It felt like you were blaming me. You're basically telling me to do all the housework perfectly because I'm a housewife.
No, I'm not. You're overreacting. And I'm helping you as much as I can. I try to do housework after I come home from work.
The only thing you do is wash the dishes after dinner. You think that helps?
I also do the laundry and clean our bedroom.
Yes, but only on the weekends.
You know I often have to work until late on the weekdays. I'm trying to help as much as I can on the weekdays. I hope you can understand.
You keep on making excuses. I've had enough of those.
Really? I'm just trying to explain my perspective.
No, you're just coming up with excuses. I think my headache is worsening because of you.
Okay, if you say so. I'll try harder to help you with the housework on the weekdays.
Great, that would be really helpful. Thanks, honey. I'm getting a bit stressed out doing the same thing over and over again every single day.
Right. how about we go on a trip together after you feel better? I bet that would help you relieve some of your stress. The last time we went on a long trip was for our honeymoon.
I prefer going out alone. You know, enjoy some free time on my own. Going on trips can be pretty exhausting too. I just want some rest.
Okay.
Sorry, it's very kind of you though.
No problem. I understand. Spending some time alone once in a while is important. I'll make sure to prepare some salad and soup before you get home. Take your time shopping for the groceries.
Thanks, Hugo. I'll be home in about half an hour.
Molly, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, what's wrong?
Where are you right now?
At home? Obviously, where would I be other than our house? I thought I told you I'll be at home today resting because I have a bad headache.
Actually, I'm at home right now, but I can't find you anywhere. Just tell me the truth. I know you're outside.
Huh? Why are you home? I thought you would work today.
It's none of your business. It's my house. I can come home anytime I want.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm actually at the hospital.
Why did you just lie to me?
I was about to head home after having a quick checkup. I would be home real soon, so I thought it might be easier if I just told you I was at home. Nothing serious, okay? Calm down, honey.
I'll pick you up then. Which hospital are you at? The big hospital down the street or the local one near our house?
Don't worry, I'll be fine alone. I'll take the taxi. Are you going back to work soon, or did you get the whole afternoon off?
Molly, I know everything. I know you're cheating on me.
What?
You've been acting weird lately. Something must be going on.
I told you I was sick. I wasn't feeling well.
I tried to believe you at first. It made sense. But something felt off. It was as if you were hiding something. You seemed to be outside when I was at work. And you've been buying new clothes behind my back. It was pretty clear that you weren't sick. I've never told you before, but I came home during the day to check on you once. You told me you were home, but you weren't. Just like today.
I see.
I found the hairdryer, hair iron, and your makeup all over the place at the sink. You must have dressed up to go to the hospital, huh?
I want to look presentable no matter where I go.
I want to believe you, but I can't. I can no longer trust anything you say. I hired a detective to find the truth, and I found out that you were having an affair.
Huh? You hired a detective? Gosh. Okay. I'm sorry I lied.
So now you admit that you were having an affair? No more trying to come up with excuses?
Yes. There's no point, is there? If you hired a detective, you should have all the proof in your hands. You'll never believe me, no matter what I say.
So, you like him more than me?
Yes. I do like you, Hugo, but I want to be with him forever, not you. I think he might be my soulmate. He's special to me. I feel so comfortable being around him. I can be myself when I'm with him. Can we get a divorce?
Okay, I see. I won't be coming home for a while. I'm about to lose my mind. I don't think I can have a proper discussion with you right now. I'll contact you again when I calm down.
No, you don't have to leave. I'll leave the house. It's my fault.
No, don't. Even if you did leave the house, I never planned to go back anyways. I know you invited him over several times when I was out at work. I don't want to go home to the place where you made love with another guy. It won't feel like home anymore.
Okay. I'm really sorry. I know I betrayed you. I know I hurt you.
Then why didn't you tell me before I found out?
I knew I had to tell you, but I didn't have the courage to. Seeing you being nice to me made it really hard to tell you the truth.
I'll contact you shortly. I'll hire a lawyer to get everything sorted out.
Okay. I'll agree with whatever you say. I'm so sorry it turned out like this. But I think we weren't the ones for each other. I don't deserve you. You deserve someone better. So, I hope you don't blame yourself. It's me, not you.
Molly, I think my lawyer contacted you about this already. But are you ready to have a discussion the day after tomorrow? We'll sort things out about our divorce.
Yes, I'm ready. I also received the documents for the divorce agreement.
If there's anything written on the document that you want fixed, make sure to tell me, okay? I can't guarantee that I'll agree to fixing it, but it's worth telling me.
Okay. Again, I am so sorry for everything, Hugo. I must have hurt your feelings so much.
What a surprise. I thought you would blame me for your affair. That's what someone like you would do.
Why would I ever blame you? I'm the one who should be blamed for everything. You didn't do anything wrong. You were a great husband to me. I feel really sorry that I betrayed you.
Is this part of your plan? Are you acting like you're sorry?
Why do you think so?
Because you always blamed me when we had a fight. I was always the one who ended up being the bad guy.
I'm telling you that I really feel sorry for everything. Why can't you just accept my apology? I try to learn from my mistakes. Don't be so mean.
Okay. I guess you're really sorry then. I'll tell you the same thing when we meet. But I wanted to talk to you about compensation. Even if you're sorry, I think we should handle this issue seriously.
Yes, I think so too. I'm the one to be blamed, so I won't ask for much. How about you just pay me $2 million for compensation? That would be enough to support my living for a while.
What? Why am I the one paying for compensation?
I won't ask for more than that. I'm being nice. You have to pay me for compensation, right? Why are you so surprised? I thought you wanted to handle this issue seriously.
What the hell are you talking about? You and your lover are the ones who are going to pay for compensation. Did you read the documents properly? It's all written there.
No, not really. I haven't had the chance to cover all the points. The vocabulary is so difficult. It was too hard for me to understand. So I was planning to ask your lawyer to explain it to me when we met for the discussion.
Molly, I don't think you fully understand your position. Let me make things clear for you.
What?
Compensation money is usually paid by the one who cheated in the relationship. Think about what the word compensation means, okay?
But I'm the wife in the relationship.
The role nor the gender matters.
But I'm a housewife. How am I supposed to pay for all that? I don't have an income. I don't work. Do you think I can pay for such a huge amount? I used to rely on you financially.
Not my business. I guess you'll either have to go in debt, divide the amount to pay in the future, or ask your parents to help you out.
What? Are you serious? Hugo, do you know the law?
Yes, and I'm telling you this based on what I know about the law.
The law is made to protect the weak and the powerless, which means that females usually have the upper hand.
That only applies when the female deserves to be protected in cases where they might be in the weaker position, like when fighting for parental authority. It doesn't apply for our case. We don't have any children, and you're the one who cheated on me.
What? You can't be serious.
No, I'm dead serious.
It can't be true. You're lying to me. When my sister got a divorce, she was the one who received the money. Why would I be treated differently?
Your sister was the one who was cheated on, unlike you. She also had a child with her husband. Of course, she would be the one to receive compensation, inheritance, and child support. She didn't do anything wrong.
How about me?
You won't be receiving any money. I've been telling you this so many times already. We've only been married for 2 years. We don't have that much that we owned as a couple, so that means we don't have to worry too much about property and how we're going to share it. If you can't pay for compensation, I guess you won't be receiving your share. I doubt it would be enough to cover for all the compensation money, though. It's gonna be a pretty huge amount.
Are you serious? Am I really gonna pay you? How much am I supposed to pay?
I plan to ask you for $2 million and $3 million from your lover. I think I deserve at least that. And for your information, it's all written on the document, so you can check that too.
What? That is so much money. I can't pay such a huge amount. I don't have enough money.
I guess we'll have to discuss it in person when we meet for the discussion.
Okay, it might be easier if we can talk about it directly. Can I ask you one thing? Are you sure you're not trying to take advantage of me?
Of course not. I'm just taking the necessary steps for our divorce. If you can't believe me, go ask someone else. No matter who you ask, they'll probably say that you're the one who should pay for compensation in this situation. They'll be crazy if they ever tell you I'm the one who should pay.
Okay, I get it now. Hey, Hugo, you still haven't gotten home, right?
Yeah, I'm on my way home. Is there anything wrong?
I was thinking, maybe we can meet up privately? There's something I want to talk to you about.
Why? We just had our discussion about our divorce with my lawyer. You told me you would bring your lawyer with you next time, and postpone talking about some points regarding our divorce agreement. And we decided to have another discussion again with both of our lawyers there.
Yeah, that's right, but I wanted to talk with you privately, no one else, just us.
There's no point for us talking about it privately. I don't want to fight over whether we said something or not. It's better if our lawyers are there to prove what we decided on. It would go smoothly if we have our lawyers with us when we talk.
No, it's not like that. I want to talk about the divorce itself.
What?
I spent some time thinking about us and our divorce. Then I realized that you're the one who took the best care of me, Hugo. I don't think anyone would be as nice to me as you. I know I'm being selfish, but I really want us to get back together.
What made you change your mind so suddenly? Is it because you don't want to pay money for compensation?
No, that's not the reason. It's not that.
Then why would you suddenly change your mind?
I told you I gave it some deep thought, and
I also decided to get a divorce after giving a lot of thought. This is my final decision.
But I know it was difficult to decide to get a divorce. I know it was a hard decision for you, too.
Yeah, obviously. We had our good times. I do have some good memories with you.
I think we really should get back together. We both feel the same way. We'll definitely regret it if we get a divorce now.
Not me.
What?
I can never forgive you for the fact that you cheated on me. I don't think I could ever trust you again. We can't rebuild our relationship after what happened.
Why?
What do you mean, why? I really loved you. There's no way I can get over the fact that you betrayed me. Even if we did decide to get back together, I'll always remember that you once cheated on me, and I wouldn't be able to trust you. The scar in memory would always be with me for the rest of my life. Being with you would remind me of your betrayal.
I regret everything I did to you. Can you please forgive me?
No, I don't care if you regret it or not. My decision is final.
No, I don't want to get divorced with you.
Then why did you cheat on me in the first place?
Because I felt lonely.
It's not like I always came home late on the weekdays. I also tried my best to spend time with you as much as I can on the weekends. I prepared dinner for you when I had time to help you with housework. I loved you, and I cared for you.
I know. For a housewife like me, there's a lot of time to spend alone, and it gets really lonely sometimes.
But you can't just cheat on me because of that.
I'm sorry.
I thought you told me that you enjoyed spending time with him more than me. You said he was your soulmate, right?
It was all a misunderstanding.
Huh?
It's true that he spent a lot of time with me, but he's broke. He promised me that he would find a stable job once we got together. But once he knew that you were going to make him pay for compensation, he went back to his hometown without telling me.
So you were dumped by your soulmate, and now you want to get back together with me?
I was planning to dump him too.
You have to be kidding me. You can't be serious. We will definitely get a divorce. Make sure to bring your lawyer to our next discussion. I can't wait any longer.
I really don't have money right now.
None of my business. I don't care.
My parents and even my sister think I'm stupid. There's no one I can depend on. You're the only one who understands me, Hugo. You have to help me out.
I don't think I understand you at all. You thought you'd be the one to receive money when you're the one who cheated in this relationship. I have no idea what's going on in your head. And now you want to get back together because your lover dumped you and ran off to his hometown. I've never felt so disgusted towards a person. Don't let me down, Molly.
I'm so sorry, Hugo.
No matter how many times you apologize, I will never forgive you.
I promise not to let you down. I promise I'll never betray you, Hugo. I will do all the housework perfectly and never complain. I will listen to whatever you say and follow your orders, so please.
Okay, then pay me compensation money. And get out of my face. I never want to see you again.
Hugo, please. I still love you, Hugo.
You're the one who started it. You cheated on me and betrayed me. If you really loved me, I doubt you'll ever cheat on me in the first place.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please. Please don't dump me.
You're the one who dumped me first. And remember, you told me I deserve better. You said you don't deserve someone like me. And now I think so too. So, don't blame yourself too much. You'll be fine alone. I struggled to get a divorce with her. She resisted in the process, trying to cling on to our marriage. But her parents came to pick her up shortly after, afraid that she might cause even more trouble to me. Fortunately, our divorce was officially accepted, and I'm finally free from her. She obviously did not have enough money to pay for compensation, so she sold all of her share of property, and her parents are paying on her behalf for the rest. Like what she said, her lover did not have a job, so there was no way he had enough savings to pay for compensation. So his parents made him go into debt and take responsibility for his actions. I bet they'll have to work so hard in order to pay back their debts, but I honestly think they deserve it. Now my ex-wife lives at her parents' house, but her family treats her like she's trash. She lost trust from her family after she got a divorce because of her affair. Her parents told me that they'll kick her out of the house once she finishes paying them the amount they paid me on her behalf. I bet she's being treated very harshly because she's been contacting me through her lawyer several times about getting back together. There's absolutely no way that I'll forgive her for betraying me. So I've been ignoring all of her messages. I've received everything I wanted from her, so I plan not to see her ever again. Well, that's what I hope at least. After I successfully got a divorce with her, I moved into a mansion designed for singles. I still haven't been able to completely get over the fact that I was cheated on. But I do feel more free and refreshed than when I was suspicious that she was cheating on me. The only thing I have to do now is to heal. I guess it might take some time, but I plan to take my time and slowly recover with a positive mindset.
Drake, you really need to stop being mean to my mom. You shouldn't be talking to your wife like that.
Huh? What's up with you?
You know what I am talking about. You called her a failure today. I heard you say it. That was really unnecessary and rude.
Unnecessary? I was only speaking the truth as always. Your mother is barren. And on top of that, she has you. What else am I supposed to call her?
How does either of that make her a failure? It shouldn't matter to you that she can't have a baby or has an adopted child if you really loved her.
I didn't know that she couldn't give me a child. She is defective. I never would have married a useless woman if I'd known on top of that she had a nosy, annoying daughter like you. Nobody would ever want an incomplete woman like her who carries around a burden of an adopted child. You both should be thankful that I even agreed to marry her, seriously. I don't even know why I stay with you two.
Stop calling her defective. Just because you are married to her doesn't give you the right to harass her. What you are doing to her is emotional abuse. And for the record, my mother is not a failure or incomplete. She is a good, noble woman.
Noble? You're the only one who believes that because she took you in. Look around. Do you know anyone else in this neighborhood who's not raising their own offspring?
I wouldn't know, Drake, and it doesn't matter who other people are raising. All I know is that I owe her my life. If she didn't adopt me and raise me as her own, I don't know where I'd be today. So yes, I believe that she's a strong and respectable woman because she changed another person's life forever.
You think you and your mom have a great story? But you see, she was just trying to fill her emptiness that came from not being able to have a child. She didn't adopt you for charity. Don't you get that? She's not as noble as you think. She is a selfish, greedy person who completed the missing piece with you.
Even if that was the intention at first, it doesn't change the fact that she has loved me very deeply, and her love towards me never changed. I am so thankful that she continued to prioritize me and kept me even after my parents got divorced.
I bet they got divorced because of you. I totally get why your dad will leave. He got sick of taking care of someone else's kid. Can you imagine having a stranger in the house and having to pay for them? I feel sorry for him.
I was not the reason why they got a divorce. They parted ways because they started to have major differences in opinions.
Yeah, I know. Your dad began to wish for his own child, right? He got sick of taking care of you instead of his own. This is why he married another woman and had a kid with her. You see, it's human nature to want an offspring. Your mom may have been satisfied with you, but you were never enough for your father.
If that is what you want to believe, feel free. But I am not upset about my parents getting a divorce, no matter the reason. They were hurting each other by staying married. I am glad they separated. It was the better choice for all of us.
Glad? You're saying you're glad that your dad is out of the picture now? Wow, what a cold-hearted person you are. I guess it doesn't matter for you much because neither of them are your real parents. You say you owe them, and yet you don't care about them getting divorced. What a hypocrite.
That is not what I am saying. It was painful to see my parents hurt each other, that is all. But yes, I am happy that my dad is out of my mom's picture. He was starting to hate her, but they prevented that by getting divorced. My mom and I were happy with just the two of us, until you came along.
Jeez, don't make it sound like I ruined it. I didn't even ask her to live together. It was her who asked me, remember? She's the one who asked to marry me, and I was nice enough to say yes. But I never would have if I'd known what a failure she was.
She definitely made a mistake inviting you into our home. I love and respect her very much, but she clearly has bad taste in men. She always falls for the wrong one.
How rude of you to say that. You have no respect for your father. Don't they teach you in school nowadays?
I do not consider you my father. In fact, I don't think I ever will. I don't even want to accept that you are my stepfather.
Well, you know what? I hate brats like you too. So I don't consider you my daughter either. You are such a pain in the ass. Stupid teenagers. You think it's cool to be rebellious?
I'll be as rebellious as I can be to protect my mom. I know what you want from her. You're only after her money. There's no way you love her. You don't even care about her.
Like you know anything about love. You are a child. You don't have any experience with men, do you?
I may not have experience, but I can tell the difference between love and bad intentions. You only have the latter, I can tell. You are using her. You know that she is too kind. It's hard for her to say no to dependent people like you. She developed this feeling of wanting to take care of you so that she can help you become a better person. You saw it from the start, didn't you? And so you decided to take advantage of that. I know you don't love her. You were just playing along and seeking for the right time to take her money.
Don't act like you know anything about our relationship. It's complicated for a kid like you to understand. But if you must, you're forgetting about the part that Mom seems very happy taking care of me. So you should be happy for her, shouldn't you? Me being dependent fulfills her. Don't you think that's a good thing?
No, my mom is not happy, at least not anymore. She is in pain again because you talk down on her every day. Plus, you've been taking money from her.
She's a giver, unlike you. She gets satisfied from giving to me. So I assure you, she is happy. I know her much better than you do. You just don't like me. That's why it bothers you that she continues to take care of me.
Of course I don't like you. It's no secret. I mean, how could I ever like someone who talks to my mom like that? You call her names, degrade her. You even think it's funny. How can you live like that? Have you no shame? So no, I don't dislike you, Drake. I hate you. You are a horrible person.
Well, honey, it makes two of us because I hate you too. You are a horrible brat. At least we're on the same page.
Yeah, at least we are. By the way, I've noticed that you've been coming home very late recently. If you were seeing other women using my mom's money, I swear to God, I am going to make you regret it so badly. I will not tolerate you hurting my mom any more than you do now. Do you understand?
Boo-hoo, I'm scared. Ha ha ha. What can a powerless child like you do to me, huh? Stop trying to act like an adult. You can't do anything to hurt me. Now mind your business, you little brat.
Damn it, Mom. I hate Drake. He is so unworthy of you. Why do you waste your time on him?
Wow, Jesse. Hold your horse. What happened? Aren't you at school right now?
I am, but the teacher is sick, so my class got canceled. I'm in the library right now trying to study, but I am too irritated because of Drake.
Why are you so irritated? Did he do or say something to you?
Why do you stay with him? You should divorce him immediately. Mom, I love you very much. You are a wonderful, caring woman, and I have a lot of respect for you. But honestly, you have the worst taste when it comes to men. Why do you always fall for the wrong guy?
Jesse, you shouldn't say that to your own mother. Or at least, can you not be so frank?
You don't leave me much choice.
Drake wasn't so bad when I first met him. I don't know what changed him.
There are other men out there who are worth your time. Like the chiropractor you see every month, or the really kind manager at the supermarket. They all seem decent and responsible. But not Drake, Mom. He is a bad person.
What? My chiropractor?
Yeah, I mean, I only mentioned him as an example. But he's single. I did my research. He's super nice and professional. He would treat you so much better. You should date men like him rather than idiots like Drake.
Jesse, what are you talking about? Yes, I do realize that Drake is troubled, but I am still married to him. I'm not going to start hitting on my chiropractor just because my husband is mean to me. It doesn't work like that, honey.
Why the hell not? You think Drake keeps his fidelity to you?
Jessie! Enough, young lady. Please stop.
No, I won't because I know he is not faithful to you.
What?
I saw him with another woman, Mom. He is cheating on you.
You saw him? Where?
Yes, in downtown. I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you sooner, but I didn't know how to break it to you.
Are you sure it was Drake?
Yes, I am 100% sure. The woman was literally hanging on him, and he had his arm wrapped around her waist too.
That can't be. You must have seen wrong.
I know what I saw. I would never lie to you, Mom. Please believe me, you have to divorce him.
Drake is cheating on me?
All I wish is for your happiness, Mom. And we both know he won't bring you that, ever. He mocks you, calls you names. He doesn't respect you one bit. I can't spend another day hearing all the horrible things he says to you.
Are you talking about him calling me barren?
That is one of the things, yes. I mean, there is nothing wrong with you, Mom. You might not be able to have a baby, but that doesn't make you any less than other women. Regardless of your fertility, you are my mom, no matter what. And I refuse to let a pig like him abuse you.
He doesn't deserve you. Thank you, Jessie. That means a lot. Listen, there's something I need to tell you. I've been wanting to tell you for a while now. Do you have time to talk after school?
Of course, but what is it? You're scaring me.
It's okay. I will tell you once you get back. I prefer to speak in person about this.
Okay, I'll head home as soon as I finish my last class.
I decided to leave your mother. I'm not coming back to that old shack anymore. You let her know that, all right?
Interesting. Why the sudden change? I thought you wanted my mom's money.
I knocked up my girlfriend, which is a good thing since I've always wanted my own kid. So I don't need your mom anymore. I am divorcing her.
Wow. You knocked your girlfriend up?
Yep, that is what I said. I guess this is good news for you though, right? You should be glad that you don't have to see me anymore. I know I am. I get to say goodbye to your ugly, bratty face.
So you betrayed my mom, huh? What a jerk. And you were doing this today on purpose, aren't you? Because you know it's my birthday.
Oh, was it? I didn't know.
Don't lie, you know. You were right there in the dining room when my mom and I were talking about it this morning. You think it's funny to spoil my day, don't you? What a nasty bastard. You really can't get any lower than that.
It's only coincidence that I'm telling you today. My girl is about 10 weeks now. So I need to settle the divorce as quickly as possible and remarry my girlfriend before the baby arrives.
Oh wow, what a coincidence. You know, my mom is 10 weeks pregnant too.
Huh? Pregnant? How can she be pregnant?
Well, she is. They'll be born around the same time. How fun.
That can't be possible. She is infertile. She can't have any kids.
I know that's what you've been saying this whole time, but I guess she wasn't infertile. I mean, she wouldn't be pregnant if she was, right?
I don't know what you're trying to do, but that's not possible. Just ask your other father. They got divorced because he wanted a kid, but your mom couldn't give him one, even when she was younger than she is now. So how could she miraculously pregnant after all these years?
The reason why they never got pregnant was not her fault. It was his.
What?
I asked him already. My dad and his current wife tried many times for a baby but didn't get lucky. So they got tested and found out that my dad was the one with issues. It happens a lot, you know. Men can't have as much reproductive issues as women.
What? No way.
My parents used to fight because of this issue, which led to my mom to assume it was her fault. But she never got tested, so back then neither of them knew who had the issue. Now we know from both sides. My dad got tested and found out it was him, and my mom is also pregnant, which proves she was never barren.
Are you being serious? She is actually pregnant? I never imagined that would happen with her. But wait, Is the baby even mine?
We both knew you were going to say something like that. My mom got a DNA test as soon as she reached the minimum requirement of 7 weeks. The baby is yours for sure. She would never cheat on you, even if you do, because she is a virtuous woman.
Well, so what? I don't care if the baby is mine or not. I am still not coming home. I have already made my decision. We are getting a divorce regardless of her being pregnant or not.
Just as a side note, may I ask why you want to get a divorce?
It's simple. I choose to stay with the woman I actually care about. I admit it, Jesse. You were right about me marrying your mom for her money. I don't have any feelings for her. I only stuck around because she gave me cash every time I asked. But now, I am having a kid with a girl I actually like. It's over between us. I won't be seeing either of you anymore.
We still have things to talk about. And you need to talk to my mom yourself. I am sure you still have a few things to clarify with her regarding the separation. At least have the courtesy to talk to her in person.
Courtesy? I don't need to be courteous to her. You got the message, so just deliver it. I have nothing more to say to either of you. Bye.
So, Drake, how are you and your girlfriend? I heard that you two are having some trouble connecting.
Huh? What did you hear about us?
She disappeared, didn't she? You don't know where she is, huh?
How the hell do you know? Is there a rumor going around?
You know she ran from you, right? Because she doesn't want you to find out the truth. She was afraid that it would piss you off so badly that you might do something to her.
What the hell are you talking about? Do you know something?
Well, my mom and I wanted to share some information with you the other day. But you said you had nothing more to say to us and cut the conversation. So we never had the chance.
You little brat. Tell me what you know about her.
I've known that you've been cheating on my mom for a while now. I saw you with her when I was in downtown, and I did not keep it to myself. I told my mom, and after that she moved pretty quickly. She hired a private investigator to find out who she was. I mean, we got the gist by looking at your messages with her, but you know, we wanted to be thorough. And that is how we found out that she too was pregnant.
You went through my phone? You sneaky bitch? You and your mother?
I couldn't help it. I should add that I also went to her workplace. I had to know what kind of person she is to sleep around with a married man, you know?
You went to see her at work? Are you out of your mind? Who does that?
Yeah, she was pretty upset to see me there. She was desperate to get rid of me.
Who wouldn't be? How did you get into her office anyways?
Oh, it was easy. I pretended to deliver food to her, but was in complete shock when I went up to her and told her who I was. You should have seen her face! I mean, I don't blame her. Nobody would want their married boyfriend's stepdaughter in their office, I guess. She grabbed my arm and tried to drag me out of her office. She was ready to call security when I told her about my mom's pregnancy. I told her she'd be sued by my mom if she married you. That my mom would come after her for consolation money. And that you'll be paying for child support for years to come. She didn't like the sound of that either. She totally was not ready for that blow.
You threatened her? What are you thinking? She is pregnant, for crying out loud. You shouldn't have put her through that kind of stress.
Oh, I was just confirming if she was alright with the idea. I thought it was actually kind of nice of me to let her know in advance that you'd be paying for 2 kids instead of 1. You don't have any business paying for my child support, but you do with the baby my mom is carrying right now. You have to share the responsibility.
You are crazy. What else did you do? That couldn't have been it. She's not the kind of woman to get frenzied by a threat from a teenager.
Drake, you are seriously dumb, you know that? She dropped you in a blink.
What?
She was in such a panic after I told her that my mom would come after her. She switched her attitude very fast, you know. She asked not to come after her because she wasn't going to marry you. And she said that, in fact, already ended things with you. She assured me that it wasn't any of her business if we decided to sue you for child support.
What? She would never betray me like that.
Oh, but that's not all. I told her that she was responsible too, since she had a relationship with you knowing you were married. That it's too late, especially after getting knocked up by you. Do you know what she said to that? She said, "The baby is not yours." Maury would have a field day.
Huh? The baby isn't mine? Of course it is. What the hell are you talking about?
That woman is really sleazy, you know. She admitted to having relationships with multiple men all at once. So you weren't the only man she was seeing. It's too bad for you, I guess. You said you actually liked her, right? So how does it feel to know that she's been fooling you all this time? I was very impressed, though. You two really were a good match, weren't you?
Shut up, bitch. I don't believe you. She would never do something like that to me. You must be lying.
No, Jessie is not lying. Hello, Drake. So Jessie told you about me being pregnant, yes?
Catherine.
Yes, I'll take over from here. I apologize about Jessie confronting your girlfriend at her workplace. I do think she was being immature to let her emotions take over for revenge. It was a precarious move, but it is nothing compared to what you have done, Drake.
Whatever, Catherine. Is that all you have to say to me? Do you know where my girlfriend is now?
I actually went to see her too, after hearing about Jessie's conversation with her. I wanted to confirm what she was saying about the child was true. If it was, I wanted proof. So I asked her to take a DNA test like I did.
Do you have the results already? What did it say?
The baby is not yours. She was telling Jessie the truth.
No way. I don't believe it. So I was never going to be a dad?
The only person pregnant with your child is me. But of course, no, you are never going to be a dad. Because there is no way I will let you near my baby. We are done as a family. We are getting a divorce, just as you wished.
Wait a second. You can't decide on your own. I have the right to be part of their life. It's my child too.
The child will be better off without a father like you. I will raise the baby as a single mother. I will be just fine, especially since I have a thoughtful daughter who is always happy to help me.
The baby is mine too, not just yours.
Do I have to remind you how you treated me these past years? You took advantage of me and discarded me like trash as soon as you found another woman. What sort of father do you want to be, huh? You will not come near me or the baby. You are not worth to be in his life for a mere second.
Don't you be selfish, woman. You listen to your husband, now. Selfish. Husband.
Drake, what are you talking about? You said you were going to leave us for good. And now that you know the only child that's yours is the one I am carrying, you want to act like my husband? Don't make me laugh. You choose your side, didn't you?
Yeah, but clearly there's been a change in situation. I didn't know she was seeing other men.
Well, I hate to tell you, but you can't undo it anymore. You said you prefer to stay with the woman you actually like. So even if the baby is not yours, and even if your girlfriend has no feelings for you, you chose her. Suck it up and stand by your own decision. If you honor what you say you do, maybe somewhere along the way you'll become happy. Likely not, but maybe.
Are you trying to be smart with me? You think this is funny? Do you?
Who wouldn't? Oh, by the way, this is Jessie again. My mom doesn't have anything else to say to you. She is too busy for you today, especially since she has to go to her prenatal checkup. She'd rather spend time doing important things than to waste time on you.
You little brat.
You keep calling me that. Do you not know any other words to insult me? I can think of many to insult you. Like sleazeball, douchebag, dickhead, a personal favorite, prick, asshole. The list could go on.
Shut up. You really have rubbed me the wrong way. None of this would have happened if you'd stayed quiet. This is all your fault.
My fault? How is any of this my fault? Wow, Drake, you really are unintelligent. You took advantage of my mom, cheated on her, and decided to stay with your pregnant girlfriend. That is where you went wrong. But your girlfriend cheating on you is, well, karma, I guess. No, actually, that too is probably your fault since like attracts like.
It's your fault. You're a devil.
You should be thanking me instead. I'm the one who found out she was pregnant with someone else's child. If it wasn't for me, she probably would have fooled you for the rest of your life. You would have went on to raise a child thinking it's yours, while your girlfriend laughed inside, amused by how oblivious you were. Would you have preferred it that way?
If you say any more, I swear I'm going to hurt you.
Aw, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings? Well, join the club. You've hurt my mom and I enough. You know, you called my mom a failure and defective. But as far as I can see, you and your girlfriend have failed life. You two have major defects that will never get fixed. You are missing an important piece in your heart that lets you understand other people's feelings. Without that, you are worthless as a human being.
Stop acting like you know anything. You are an evil child.
I warned you before, Drake. I told you I would not tolerate you hurting my mom. You thought I couldn't do anything because I am a powerless child? Clearly you thought wrong. You'll never get what you want. You're not worthy to ever become a father. My mom was able to get a divorce from him soon after. Having collected many evidences about Drake's infidelity, the court ordered him to pay my mom the full amount of what she had asked him. Although he has never paid child support on time, which of course is very annoying, both my mom and I are kind of satisfied since we got our revenge. Seeing his hope and dream of becoming a father shatter in front of him was the best part of getting back at him. We heard through the wind that, after a little while, Drake found his girlfriend who had ran away. Despite the fact that she was cheating on my mom, I guess he couldn't take that he'd been cheated on too. He confronted her and ended up physically abusing her. As much as I hate her, no man should ever raise their fist to a woman, and for that I feel sorry. He was arrested immediately and sentenced to 2 months in jail for domestic violence. After hearing that story, I felt really relieved that my mother was able to end things with him before it got out of hand. Considering his behavior towards us while he was married to my mom, I wish he was sentenced longer, but at least he got punishment for his stupid actions. My brother arrived 6 months after we got rid of Drake from our lives. I never thought I'd be a sister, and my mother never imagined she'd be having her own baby, so we were over the moon when he was born. The new addition to our little family has tightened our bond even stronger. Since we're missing a father figure in the family, I know there may be hardships ahead of us. But both Mom and I are optimistic for our future, since we have each other to look out for. I'll still have to keep an eye on my mom and her taste in men, but with my brother, who I know will be very protective of her in no time, I won't let anyone ever hurt her again.
Hey, Chrissy. Is little Finsley asleep already?
Hey, Hank. I just got Finsley off to sleep a few minutes ago. I'm lucky.
Ah, you kidding me? I was really hoping I could do a video call with him. We haven't spoken at all since I left for my business trip. I miss seeing that kid's face and hearing that cheeky little laugh of his. I guess it can't be helped if he's asleep. Rest is important when they're that age.
Right. I feel you, honey. You've been gone almost 2 weeks now. This business trip is a lot longer than the ones they usually send you on, huh? Can't you come home for the weekend or something?
I'm so busy with work right now, sweetie. We were supposed to be getting days off so we can go out and explore the city, but I've ended up working every single day so far. I'm pretty sure coming home for a whole weekend is going to be out of the question.
I see. That's a shame. I wish me and Finsley could come over and see you, but it's so far I don't think it's feasible. It sucks, but it's not really the kind of distance we can make.
Right. Finsley's still in elementary school. That kind of upheaval is the last thing he needs. You'd have to spend 6 hours on a plane to get all the way up here. And sitting still for 6 whole hours is the last thing our boy's capable of. He struggles to keep quiet for 30 minutes, let alone a whopper flight like that. I can only imagine how he'd torture you and everyone else on the plane.
No kidding. The thought of flying with him on my own is actually terrifying. It's not ideal, but I guess he's just gonna have to accept not being able to see his daddy until your work calms down.
Right. I'll have to just tough it out too.
Sorry, honey. Give me a call when your work settles down, okay? If Finsley's awake at the time, I'll make sure you finally get to speak to him.
Yeah, when work settles down. I did get off a little earlier than expected today, but he was already asleep. To be honest, I do think days like this might be the exception though. We normally do overtime.
Sounds rough. What's life like for you there? Have you settled into a routine yet? Are you eating properly?
I'm eating. I haven't had anything other than convenience store sandwiches since I got here, but I am at least eating. God, I can't tell you how much I miss your home-cooked food, babe.
How long do you have left? It's about 2 weeks now, right? Do your best to hold out until then. And when you get back, I'll treat you to the biggest, most delicious feast of your life.
Now there's an offer I can't refuse. Yeehaw. I can't wait to play with Finsley when I get back. Why don't you ask him if there's anywhere he wants us all to go as a family when I do? We should celebrate the occasion by going on a little vacation.
Sure thing, babe. I'll,
Huh? Chrissy? You just sent me a half-finished message.
Oh, sorry. We were talking about going on vacation with Finsley, right? I'll ask him.
Great, but what's up? Did something happen? Your message randomly cut off.
Oh, it's nothing. My phone's just been playing up lately is all. My battery randomly went down out of nowhere, and the message got sent before I was done writing it.
Yeah, that definitely ain't normal. Shouldn't you take it in for repair? The thought of not being able to contact you while I'm on business is a little scary.
Yeah, I do plan on taking it into the shop. There's a guy who does phone repairs at the market down on Peep Street. But I don't have the time right now. I have a bunch of stuff on my plate, and I'm crazy busy. So don't be worried if you get any more weird messages like that, since it'll probably carry on doing it every now and then. Sorry, honey.
All right, but you really should get it out for repair as soon as possible. I can handle having a few messages cut off now and then, but if it gets worse and we can't communicate, we really will be in trouble. Besides, you know how easy it is to put things off.
Yep, I know, babe. Anyway, I have to be up early in the morning. I'm gonna finish up with the housework and go to bed.
All right. I'm up early for work tomorrow myself, so I think I'll hit the hay too. I'm counting on you to look after Finsley for a little while longer.
You got it. Look after yourself, Hank.
Hey, Hank. I'm so sorry to message you out of the blue like this. But do you know if Chrissy's at home today?
Huh? What's this all about? I'm away on business right now, so I couldn't tell you whether Chrissy's at home or not. Why? What's wrong? Did something happen?
Well, you see, the thing is, little Finsley showed up on our doorstep, crying his eyes out. On his own.
On his own? But your house is like 2 hours away, Mom.
I know. Believe me, dear, I was surprised too. I tried asking Finsley what happened, but he was crying so hysterically he barely seemed capable of speaking. I left him on the sofa watching his cartoons with a bowl of ice cream for the time being. But he doesn't seem interested in either. I tried calling Chrissy, but it looks like her phone switched off.
Ah, god damn it. She told me about this yesterday. Apparently her phone's been playing up lately. If her phone's off, it might be pointless, but I have to at least try getting through to her.
Really? Oh dear, what on earth should we do, son? This is all highly unusual. Didn't you have a landline phone at your house?
Nope, we haven't had one for years now. Hey, you said Finsley was crying, right? He's not hurt or anything, is he?
No, I don't think so. He didn't seem hurt when I checked him over on the sofa. But he was wearing his school uniform and backpack when he got here. So I think there's a chance he came straight to my house from school.
Is he showing any signs of calming down yet?
He's still crying his eyes out, the poor thing. He doesn't seem interested in either his ice cream or his cartoons, which is highly unusual given how obsessed with them both he usually is. I even tried giving him some of his favorite candy, but he seemed totally uninterested. Something must be very wrong for him to be this upset. I'm worried, Hank, and I don't have any idea what's going on. I can't even get a word out of him.
I guess all we can do is wait for him to calm down. For the time being, would you mind looking after Finsley there until I manage to get through to Chrissy? There has to be some way I can make contact with her.
Of course I'll look after him, dear. I wonder if she's out. Is that what she normally does around this time?
No, she's usually at home to cook Finsley's dinner when he gets back from school. I'm gonna contact the school and tell them to tell Chrissy to make her way over to your place if they hear anything from her. Can you believe her phone would break at a time like this? You couldn't make this stuff up.
I know it's unbelievable, Hank. It really is. But I suppose it can't be helped. By the way, are you free right now? If you wouldn't mind, I'd like it if you could try and speak to Finsley on the phone. Who knows? He might cheer up when he sees you.
Good idea, all right? I'll call you. Let me just go tell my boss I'll be away for a few. Hold on, okay?
Okay, dear. I hope your boss shows some consideration towards your circumstances.
It's fine. My boss ain't a hard ass or anything. He's actually a pretty cool guy. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right? I'll call as soon as I can. Let Finsley know he can finally see his dad again.
I'm so sorry to message you while you're at work, honey. Reply as soon as you get this.
What happened? Wait a sec. Is your phone fixed now?
This isn't the time for that. I just went out to the store for 5 minutes, and when I got home, our son was gone. Hank, what should I do? Should I call the cops?
Take a chill pill. There's no need to call the cops.
But Finsley's missing. How can he be so relaxed at a time like this?
Our son's been at my mom's house for the last 2 days. Why would I be worried?
Huh? Finsley's at your mom's house? But why?
Why? I'm pretty sure I'm the one who should be asking why. So go on, Chrissy. Tell me why. You just said he disappeared while you were at the store. Were you at the store for 2 whole days? While leaving your elementary-age son home alone?
No, it wasn't like that. Wait a second, explain yourself. What do you mean Finsley's at your mom's? Why the hell would he be there? I haven't heard anything about this.
Don't change the subject because answering my question is inconvenient for you. Finsley made his way to my mom's house. After school, all on his own. But that was 2 days ago. Are you seriously telling me you didn't notice our son was missing for 2 whole days?
Stop lying. There's no way I'd leave our son alone for 2 days. What kind of mother do you take me for?
I'm not lying. If you're not gonna come clean, then I'll have to tell you. Finsley told me everything. You're delusional if you think you can pull the wool over my eyes after what you did.
What I did? What do you mean, what I did? I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop this. Stop it right now. I don't know what that boy told you, but do you actually think I'm capable of doing something like that?
Something like that? That's funny. I didn't actually say anything specific, did I? Something like what? Chrissy? Did you mean prioritizing the guy you're cheating on me with over your own son, by any chance?
No, I didn't do anything like that. I don't know what you mean. You do know Finsley's still in elementary school, don't you? If he told you the sky was green, would you believe him? I can't believe you think your 6-year-old son is more credible than your own frickin' wife.
All right, so answer me this. Why was Finsley on his own for 2 days straight? If it's just like you say, Finsley is an elementary school kid. It hardly takes a genius to imagine what could happen when you leave a kid that young completely on his own for 2 days straight. There's no way you didn't know what you were doing was wrong. Come on, Chrissy, are you going to answer me or what? Or is this the part where you bullshit me about your phone being broken again? Or is it that you just have nothing to say because you know you're cornered?
How exactly do you go from Finsley was on his own to my wife's cheating on me? I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my life. I mean, seriously. I never had you down as being the paranoid type, Hank. I think all this work lately might be making you go a little crazy. How about going for a walk to clear your head?
Don't you dare try to gaslight me, you two-timing whore bag. I heard all about how you were with your lover the whole time ever since I left on my business trip. You even invited him over the house. Finsley told me everything. He told me about how you kept going out with Loverboy for days at a time, each time getting longer and longer, before eventually you just didn't come back.
No, he was just a friend. Finsley doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. All we did was go for a few drinks together. Or is that a crime in your book too? Should a stay-at-home housewives literally stay at home all the time in your Stone Age view of the world? Okay, so maybe I went for a few beers with a friend. Shoot me.
Even if he's just your friend, it still wouldn't be acceptable to leave a 6-year-old kid on his own. Are you seriously telling me you repeatedly left our son on his own for days at a time to go out and get drunk?
Repeatedly? No. It only happened that one time 2 days ago, and only because I lost track of time.
Reading your pathetic excuses is making me want to throw up. I'm sick of you, and I've had enough.
Please, wait. Just hear me out for God's sake, Hank. I'm not cheating on you, I swear. I'm begging you to believe me.
I just got done handing over the shift at work. I'm heading home now. If you're serious about saving this relationship, then I suggest you come clean about the affair.
You're coming home? Now?
My son turned up on my mom's doorstep crying his eyes out because of you. Do you seriously think I can focus on my work in a situation like this? Let me make this crystal clear. You will not try and worm your way out of this by telling more lies. I want to hear a damn good reason as to why you thought it was acceptable to leave our son on his own in that house. If you don't have one, I have no intention of forgiving you.
Hank, please. Is this really necessary? Do we really have to get a divorce?
Why would you even ask me that after all this time? That's what I told you yesterday, isn't it? I'd have to be the most insane man on the planet to stay married to you for a second longer than I have to.
But I did what you asked. I admitted I was cheating. I thought we still had a chance if I owned up to what I did. How can you demand a divorce like this even though I played ball? You're horrible. I'm sorry about the affair. Please, just give me one more chance.
Didn't I tell you yesterday? I have no intention of forgiving you. No intention. Besides, isn't there something far more important than the affair you should be apologizing for first? How can you not understand that?
Apologize? For what? I apologized countless times for the affair yesterday. Do you want me to apologize some more? Because I will. I'll apologize 10 trillion times if that's what it takes to save this marriage.
Oh my God, you genuinely don't have any idea what I'm getting at, do you? It's not me you need to apologize to. It's our son. Do you have any idea how much your selfish, despicable behavior hurt that boy?
But Finsley wasn't there yesterday, so I couldn't apologize to him.
So what? If you're genuinely sorry about what you did to him, you would have at least apologized to him over the phone by now.
Sure, I guess I can do that.
But what was the first thing you did yesterday when I confronted you? You tried desperately to convince me that you weren't cheating, with lies, lies, and more lies. The only reason you ended up apologizing to me in the end was because you realized your lies weren't going to wash. You haven't shown an ounce of sympathy towards our son. Nothing. You have no right to call yourself a mother.
But still, don't you think divorce is a little drastic? Sure, I might have messed up this time, but I worked so hard as a mother and a wife until now. Surely that counts for something, right, babe?
You worked hard until now. Bullshit. You just did your best to make it look like you were. I feel like a portion of the blame lies with me, you know? I feel like the world's biggest moron for never noticing what you were really like this whole time. But you're a unique category of low-life scumbag.
Oh my god, Hank, stop it. Just stop it already. Why do you have to act like I'm the bad guy here? Isn't this a little unfair? What choice did I have? I was so busy and stressed with Finsley and the housework all the time that I felt like I was losing myself, forgetting who I was.
So you cheated on me?
Is it really the end of the world? I was a full-time mother and a stay-at-home housewife. It's hardly a surprise that I needed to let my hair down every once in a while. Are you seriously saying you can't find it in your heart to forgive me for that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with letting your hair down. The problem is that what you did far exceeds that.
What exactly did I do that was wrong?
You said it yourself. Finsley's still a little kid in elementary school.
So what?
You wanted to let your hair down. You worked so hard until now. What's your goddamn point? You think working hard gives you a license to abandon your son? You think it gives you a license to prioritize your goddamn lover over your own child?
Like I told you, I was tired of being a mom. I was at my wit's end, Hank. Do you know how hard it is to be a mother?
No, I don't. And I never claimed to, nor do I deny that it must be a very stressful job. But just because being a mother is stressful doesn't mean that you can just stop as soon as you get tired of it. You had no right to neglect our son like that.
It's not like I did it because I wanted to neglect him. I left him some food in the fridge, and I told him to make sure to lock the doors at night.
So what? You want a medal? None of that justifies leaving him on his own for 2 freaking days. If you lack the self-awareness to realize, allow me to tell you, you lost the right to call yourself a mother the moment you abandoned our son. You neglected him in favor of the guy you were cheating on me with.
No, please. I was just de-stressing, decompressing. I was never serious about him.
What kind of mother decompresses by subjecting her own son to extreme emotional trauma? You destroyed our family irreparably beyond all recognition to satisfy your seedy, selfish desires.
Do you really mean it, Hank? Are you really going to divorce me over this? Surely you can find it in your heart to give me one last chance.
A family can't be repaired as easily as a smartphone. There are no such thing as second chances in broken families. I want you to do one last thing for me and your son before we part ways forever. I want you to take responsibility for destroying our family. After that, I filed for a divorce, and with that, the proceedings began. I filed for compensation using the chat logs of Chrissy, admitting to the affair as evidence. After abandoning Finsley, she was deemed unfit to look after him due to posing a danger to his well-being, which means I won full custody. Chrissy's relationship with her lover fell apart as soon as the divorce was finalized. I guess they were never that serious with each other to begin with. I take some satisfaction in knowing that my demands for compensation from both of them were ultimately what led to them breaking up. But on the other hand, it fills me with disgust to think that Chrissy abandoned our son to be with a guy who cared so little for her that he jumped ship at the first sign of trouble. Actually, the thought of it makes me feel kind of miserable. That said, When I think about the whole thing ultimately drove them to their emotional and financial breaking points, I feel a little better. Me and Finsley moved in with my parents after the divorce. I started turning down the business trips I'd been going on a few times a year so I could spend quality time with my son. I was worried he might still be shaken up and upset about being separated from his mom, but he got used to life without her, surprisingly. I'm not sure if it's because he resented her for the stress she caused him when she left him on his own, but in any case, he's happy, and that means I'm happy. I'm sure he's gonna grow both physically and mentally at an unbelievable pace from here on out. As for my part, I'm gonna do my best to make sure that being raised by a single dad never acts as a detriment to him, by doing everything in my power to ensure he has all the love, care, and guidance that he needs.
Hey, Leticia. I really appreciate you coming to see me at the hospital earlier. I feel so much better after seeing you.
You don't have to thank me, silly. You're my husband. Of course I'm gonna visit you in the hospital. Anyway, you'll be getting discharged before long, right? It made sense for me to pick up some of your stuff, so we're not left dragging everything back to the house in one go.
Sure you say that, but you've been to see me every single day without fail since I got admitted, right? I'm super grateful, but you really don't have to come if it's ever too much hassle, or if you want a day off.
Like I already told you a million times over, honey pie, you don't have to worry about me one bit. If anything, I'd feel worse by staying at home. I'm on my own in that big old house after all. Going to the hospital means I get to see you. I'm much happier that way.
I'm really happy to hear you say that, babe. You're my rock. But I can't deny I feel like I'm causing you a huge inconvenience. Sorry I'm so sick all the time.
You worry too much, Matt. You do realize all the anxiety is gonna slow down your recovery, right? Take a few deep breaths and chill out for me, okay?
You saying that makes me feel like a real pansy. But you're right. We'll all be back at square one if my illness comes back before I get discharged.
Right? And while you may be getting discharged, that doesn't mean you made a full recovery yet.
Yeah, right. They've told me I still have to carry on visiting the doctor every week for checkups after I get out. Actually, they said I'll have to keep visiting for checkups for the rest of my life.
Well, life isn't that all more of a reason to prioritize yourself and your own needs right now. I'll never be able to relax if I'm thinking about you fretting about me from your hospital bed.
You're right. I'm sorry, babe. To tell you the truth, I had a message from the boss about work. I think it must have gotten to me a little.
About work? What was it, sweetie? He did guarantee your salary would be covered for the duration of your hospital stay, right?
Yeah, that hasn't changed. But like you just said, it's not like I've made a complete recovery, right? My condition is bound to have at least somewhat of an impact on my work performance going forward.
I mean, yeah, sure. I guess it is. Will that be a problem for the company? Your boss wouldn't fire you or anything, right?
Thankfully, I won't be getting fired. I think it's actually pretty unusual to lose your job over illness these days. If anything, employers have to tiptoe around the issue due to the threat of lawsuits and media campaigns. And fortunately, I'll be getting discharged and blowing this joint real soon.
That's true. So anyway, are you gonna get to it? The suspense is killing me here. What did he say?
I'm not gonna get fired, but it'd be naive to think my condition wasn't gonna have at least some impact on what I'm able to contribute to the company. I won't be able to carry on pulling in the same numbers as I have been until now, after I go back. Business as usual ain't on the table. Which is why he said it's unrealistic for the company to keep my employment status the same as it was until I got sick. He said I should prepare myself for a department change when I go back.
A department change? Does that mean your work environment will be pretty different to the one you've spent all these years getting used to?
Yeah, it means the contents of my job description and the work that entails on a day-to-day basis will be pretty different. He said he made the decision with an emphasis on reducing the physical burden on my body. So I think they're doing this out of consideration for me. However, in proportion to my job getting easier, my salary will, well, you know.
They'll be reducing your salary?
Yeah, even still, it's not the end of the world. We'll still be able to get by. At that I'm certain. But I do think it'll be difficult to maintain the same standard of living we've had all this time. Which is why I'm considering finding a new job.
A new job? But you worked so hard to get a spot with these guys. You work for one of the world's most prestigious companies, Matt. Is this really a good idea?
Sure, but what good is working for a famous company if it's not reflected in my monthly take-home? Anyway, I've already found something that looks pretty promising. They seem to understand my current situation and are willing to accept the physical limitations I'm dealing with. To be honest with you, it doesn't look bad at all. What do you think, babe?
If you think it's what's best, then I support you. I respect your opinion and know you wouldn't take on a decision like this without considering this ins and outs of it thoroughly and carefully first.
Really? Thanks, babe. This is why you're my rock.
That said, there are some good aspects to working at your current company, right? I just hope you'll take that into consideration when you finally decide on something. You have time to do that, right? I hope you wouldn't be so hasty as to rush to a conclusion with something like this.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna have a long, hard think about it. You give me the strength to keep fighting, Leticia. Thank you so much.
I'm your wife, silly Billy. It's the least I can do. Anyway, sorry, sweetie. I'm heading out for a spot of grocery shopping soon, so I'll have to shoot now.
Got it. Take care on the way. Hey, Leticia. Is now a good time? I need to talk to you about something.
Sure, I'm not too busy right now. What is it?
Listen, babe. The thing is, I spoke to someone from work today. I've reached a decision on where to go from here. I did mean to tell you this when you came to visit me. Do you have some kind of urgent business today or something?
Oh, my bad, sweetie. I totally forgot to message you. I'm sorry. I went out with a friend today. Sorry I couldn't come to see you in the hospital.
No, it's fine. It's not like I'm upset with you or anything. If anything, I'm kind of pleased. I felt guilty about you spending so much of your time coming to see me. I've been thinking it'd do you some good to take time off for a while now. Did you and your friend have fun?
Yeah, I feel like letting my hair down and chilling out with her pushed my reset button. Anyway, when you say you spoke to someone from work, you mean about your future at the company, right? Did you decide to go back to them and accept the department change after all?
No, I decided to quit the company.
Wait, you did what?
Oh, just like I explained earlier. I was set for a major change in my working conditions, namely my pay, if I went back, which means if I can, it makes more sense to switch to a company where my salary is the same as what I've been receiving until now, right? Well, it just so happens that this new company seems reliable, and thinking about our lifestyle and financial situation, this option makes a lot more sense.
No, just hold on a second. What the hell? Are you seriously switching companies?
You said you'd support me before, right? Knowing I could count on you to have my back was a big part of what swayed my decision in the end. Thanks a lot, babe. I mean it.
No. Are you being serious? You're actually switching jobs? I can't freaking believe this. You work for one of the most prestigious companies in the world. How could you willfully throw that away? Have you lost your mind?
Leticia, reason with me for a sec here. You're the one who's been telling me you want kids for ages, right? How can I accept a pay cut of the kind my boss was pitching to me, while thinking about the prospect of us having kids one day? Sure, it's inevitable, there'll be some risk involved. Switching companies is a major life decision and all. But I figured it'd be smartest to make this decision now, while I have some savings in the bank to rely on. Anyway, what's gotten into you? You seem, I don't know, kind of weird?
I do not seem kind of weird. Whose damn hacking fault do you think it is that I'm losing my mind here? I can't believe you'd do this to me. Ugh!
I explained my reasoning back when I first told you I was considering the switch, and you agreed with me. I'm seriously confused. What happened between now and then to make you react so differently? Seriously, babe, what's gotten into you? Is everything okay?
Since you've gone and done this, let me make one thing crystal clear to you. The only reason I married you is because you worked at a famous major company.
What? Wait, what? Is my phone bugging out? This can't be real.
Obviously, do you seriously think I'd ever marry a dull, boring, mediocre, unimpressive wet noodle of a man like you if you didn't work for that company?
I get it. You're screwing me around. This is a joke, right?
Like hell it is. I can't believe it. To think I finally had a stable, comfortable lifestyle. I got to go on vacations. I got to buy nice clothes. I got to eat at nice restaurants. What the hell is this? You think falling sick gives you the right to quit your damn job? What were you thinking? Why in God's name would a man of your ripe old age willfully decide to become unemployed? Give me a freaking break.
Ripe old age? I'm 36, Leticia. Unemployed. I told you I found a new company to work for already.
Well then, tell me, Matt, are they as famous as well known as your old one? Will my friends know who they are?
The hell? Does that matter? Look, Leticia, to answer your question, wait, why is that important? They've promised to match my old salary and provide me with all the benefits I enjoyed at my old company, so who cares if your friends have heard of them or not? I've actually been discussing this with them for months now. We're in regular contact, and while they may not be the most famous company in the world, they're an old, well-established brand in the industry. I'm telling you, babe, it's a safe bet. What does it matter if they're famous?
Are you even listening to me? I told you the only reason I married you in the first place is because you work for a famous company. I did not marry a man who worked for some Medicare company no one had ever heard of.
Just what the hell am I to you?
I thought you were a kind man who worked for a famous company. That's why I went out of my way to continue being the doting wife and visiting you in the hospital even after you got sick. But now, you're just some jobless loser. Make no mistake, I will not be letting a jobless loser like you into this house.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm getting discharged tomorrow.
So what? Without a position at a famous company, you no longer have any value to me. I can't be married to a worthless loser brokey like you. So you better not bother coming home. Goodbye.
No. Just hold on a second. Hey, Leticia. Leticia, I just got discharged from hospital. I'm gonna head back to my parents' house for the time being.
Congrats on the discharge. I didn't even ask for any updates on your life, though. I have no interest in you anymore.
I take it that means you're serious about everything you said before then.
Of course I was. Why the heck would you need further confirmation? I made it abundantly clear how I feel about you, doofus.
Fine. Got it. If that's how it is, I have nothing more to say to you either. I want a divorce.
Fine by me. In fact, fantastic. If I'd have known what a disappointing failure you were gonna turn out to be, I would have divorced you back when you got your diagnosis.
You're a real charmer. Anyway, if we agreed on the divorce, we'll have to discuss how exactly we're gonna do this. Can you make some time?
What do you mean how we're gonna do this? I'll tell you exactly how we're gonna do this. We're gonna sign the divorce papers and go our separate ways. Simple. What exactly do I need to make time to discuss with likes of you? I have better things to do.
Don't be naive, Leticia. We have to discuss how our assets are going to be distributed and what to do with the house. We don't necessarily have to meet in person and talk face to face if you don't want to, but we can't move things forward if we don't iron these things out first.
Wait a second. What do you mean by what to do with the house? I'll naturally be getting the house, right? Why do you think I kicked you out of it in the first place?
How can you one-sidedly make that decision without even discussing things with me first? You take arrogance to a whole new level. Quit being so selfish and reason with me for once.
I looked after you when you were lying sick in a hospital bed. If you didn't get sick, none of this would be happening.
What's your point?
Your only reason for existing on this earth is to provide for me financially, which means you could at least give me the house by way of apology for your despicable behavior. If I don't get the house, what the heck was this whole thing for?
Are you being serious right now? I was starting to suspect you might have some kind of personality disorder, but now I think you might actually need professional help.
Quit giving me attitude, you worthless heap of crap. Of course I'm being serious. You've got some nerve to quit your job and expect the privilege of keeping the house. You do understand that now you don't work for a famous company anymore. Giving me that house is the only reason you have to live, right?
This house belongs to me. You have no right to say any of this crap to me.
What's wrong with my asserting my right to our shared assets? Wake up and smell the coffee, turd brain. We're married. If you're not willing to hand over the house, are you at least gonna give me enough compensation to make up for it? What am I saying? I doubt you're even capable.
Compensation? Are you joking?
You quit your job and became an unemployed loser without my permission. Which makes me a victim. If you don't want to pay me compensation, then shut the hell up and give me the house.
I see. Oh, you're right. I can't afford to be paying you compensation right now.
I knew it. Then quit your goddamn whining and hand over the house. Think of it as a good faith gesture to pay me back for all the time I wasted looking after your useless ass in the hospital. Do we have an agreement? Will the house be mine?
That's what you want. Then I guess you're free to do as you please.
Thank you. In that case, this conversation is now over. Goodbye, loser. Hey, asshole. What's the hell going on?
I should be asking you that. Why are you messaging me again? Did something happen?
Don't play dumb with me, jerk. Some workmen showed up saying they're here to demolish the house. What did you do?
Oh, wait a sec. Was that today? Huh, my bad. I must have forgotten to tell you. I had no money after quitting my job, so I sold the land. Which is why I think it'd be best if you got out of that house as fast as possible.
What? What the hell are you talking about? This house belongs to me. Who the hell do you think you are? You have no right to do this to me.
No. Who the hell do you think you are, Leticia? That house belonged to me since before we even met. I was well within my rights to do whatever I wanted with it.
What? But I thought it was part of our shared assets as a married couple. To think you had the gall to sell the freaking land it's built on without even telling me? I'll have you in court for this, asshole. Mark my words.
You thought the house was part of our shared assets. You serious? Quit screwing around. I brought that house way before we got married. You're nuts if you think you had any right to it.
Huh? Are you joking me?
You're messaging me from a house that's about to get demolished. Do you really think I'd joke at a time like this? Did you forget that I brought the house before we met? It was way cheaper than I expected, so I didn't even have to borrow anything from my mom and dad. The whole house and even the land it was built on belonged totally to me.
Even if that's true, you're the one who said I could have it.
Actually, I'm not so sure that's how it went down. I just said you're free to do as you please.
This bullcrap ain't gonna wash with me, asshole. I can't believe how much you've screwed me over.
How have I screwed you over?
You got sick and quit your job without my permission, then you repay my kindness for looking after you while you were in the hospital by having my goddamn house demolished? How is that not screwing me over? God, you're so petty and small-minded. Have you no shame?
What is there to be ashamed about? It's not like I chose to get ill. And I explained my reasons for leaving the company in explicit detail long in advance of stepping down. What's more, you appeared to agree to it all at the time, at least superficially.
I was only trying to be polite. You were so mentally fragile that I thought the stress of me discreeting you might make your illness come back. I can't believe you're so stupid you actually thought I was being serious.
In that case, I guess I do share some responsibility for not being able to see through your dishonesty. But still, I made sure to secure myself a new job before leaving, out of consideration for our future. You're the one who tossed me aside like a piece of garbage the moment you realized my new company wasn't famous. I struggle to see how that makes this my fault.
So that's why you're doing this? You're so despicable. I feel sick just thinking about you. This is precisely why I decided to wash my hands off you.
I heard you went out to dinner with one of my coworkers while I was in hospital.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
Me and Vince have always gotten along. He told me about how you kept making these weird sexual advances towards him. Guess you wanted to have a backup guy waiting in the wings in case things with me and you didn't pan out. To think you were actually laying the groundwork for your next relationship before we even divorced.
No. All we did was go out for dinner.
Oh, you think rubbing Vince's leg and saying, "The sausage here looks delicious," before winking at him and inviting him to a hotel is normal dinner time behavior. No, your table manners are atrocious. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Own what you did, coward. My sources tell me he wasn't the only guy you were making advances against. Unfortunately for you, every single one of them rejected you, didn't they?
Your coworkers have no taste in women. They wouldn't have turned me down if they did.
No, I'm pretty sure they would have to be crazy to have an affair with their coworker's wife. Which begs the question, which one of us should really be ashamed?
If we get down to the meat and potatoes of why this really happened, it's all your fault for quitting your job and switching to a nameless company for Medicare loser. Not only that, but to be unemployed until starting at the new place, you have no right to complain at me about anything.
Oh, the company. Sure, they're not as well as the old one, You have heard of them. They often run commercials on TV.
Huh?
Besides, they promised to match my salary and working conditions at the old place, knowing full well that I've been in and out of hospital for the last few months, and that my working capacity is limited in certain areas. You can't seriously think a small or medium-sized company can afford to make an offer that generous.
But you never said anything about any of this before.
I tried to tell you, but thankfully you showed me your true colors before I got the chance. They've actually been trying to headhunt me for a while now. This time I decided to take them up on their offer, which is why even through the lens of your shallow, superficial view of the world, my value hasn't changed one bit.
You should have told me this before. Listen, fine. I'm willing to forget about the divorce. That's what you want, right, Matt? Right?
What? No way. I'm not some fashion accessory for you to parade around and brag to your friends about. Not only did I realize what a vapid, materialistic gold digger you are, but you also tried to cheat on me, which means you'll be paying me compensation.
No, wait, please. I was in the wrong. I'm sorry. Will you rethink this for me, please? Think about it. It's not often you find a girl so selflessly devoted to serving you as I was, right? Right? There's still a chance for us to survive this, sweetie.
How about you forget any notion of our relationship surviving and focus on surviving the wrecking ball that's soon to come swinging through the house you're currently trespassing in? You said it yourself. I no longer have any value to you, and you don't need me. It just so happens I feel the exact same about you. That obviously means I see no value or meaning in patching things up with you. Now hurry up, move your gold-digging ass before you get demolished along with that house. After shaking off the desperate pleas of a panic-stricken Leticia, the divorce went through without a hitch. The fact that she so sordidly and despicably tried to cheat on me while I lie sick in a hospital bed was deemed by the judge to have contributed to significant emotional distress on my part, and I was awarded compensation. While she didn't actually end up engaging in infidelity, her behavior was deemed to have been the cause of the breakdown of the marriage. The truth is, I only ever mentioned compensation to scare her as revenge for the way she treated me, so I very kindly and magnanimously decided not to ask for much in the end. But still, even though the amount was small, I'm happy she had to pay me something. It's about the principle, you know. As for Leticia herself, after losing her home and paying me my compensation, she had no choice but to move back in with her mom and dad. She did her best to hide the truth of what she had done, but unfortunately for her, her parents showed up to watch the divorce proceedings and found out everything. They were so disgusted by their daughter's conduct, they imposed a strict work regimen on the family farm on her as punishment. Somehow, Leticia being forced to shovel dung seems like the perfect end to this story. Other than her parents, she doesn't have a soul in the world to rely on, which means that at least for the foreseeable, she's stuck there. As for me, I started work at the new company a little while after my discharge. I might not be able to keep up with the same workload as I was before I fell sick, but I'm doing my best to show them how grateful I am for the chance they've given me at a fresh start. And you know what? I think it's paying off. I get along great with my new boss and coworkers, and feel super accepted and welcome here. Life is good, and I don't know why, but I have a feeling it's gonna get even better. We've all heard the phrase, never judge a book by its cover, but Leticia really taught me the importance of knowing people for who they really are, and not making hasty judgments based on who they appear to be on the surface. Don't be a Leticia, guys. Peace.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.